The Drive Home Show with Reverend Q. The Drive Home Show with Reverend Q on AfricaUSARadio.com.
Yeah, good evening, morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this wonderful world of ours. We thank God for this day and we thank God for this platform, Africa USA Radio. This is Reverend Q at the Home Drive Show in the afternoon here in the East Coast. We thank God for this platform. We thank God for what God is doing for you. We are praying for all those that went through some problems in South Africa. They had floods in Eastern Cape, South Africa. We're praying for you guys. We know that you're going through a lot. Even here in the US, we are going through a lot. There's campaigns, there's a protest and all that stuff. People are getting prison. So we are all praying. This is what the Africa USA Radio doing because we love you so much. This day, as always, we always have a wonderful guest in our show. Because what we do here, we introduce you to one of the wonderful people who are doing a great work of God, and we want to introduce them to you as well so that you can support them, support their ministry. Today, we are so privileged, we are so thankful, we feel so honored to have one of the greatest radio announcer and a musician and a great supporter of artists. He's got a radio station. He's got a show in most radio stations in the country, in the US, and some internationally. And guess what? He's also have a show. Some of you already know him. He's got a show Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday here at Africa USA Radio, promoting and playing the music of the independent artist or an upcoming artist. He's none other than Dallas A. Fraser, aka or known as Tony D. How are you doing, my brother?
What's up, my friend? How are you, man?
Oh man, you made special for us. You are special. We feel so honored to have you in this platform today.
You guys are special to me, man. Thank you so much, bro. It's great that we finally getting able to talk, man.
Yeah, able to talk. We're gonna talk a lot about a lot of things with you because you've been in the industry, in the gospel music industry. He's a multi award-winning artist. But I love him more when he's on the behind the mic on the radio. He's a genius, and but he also plays instrument. He's all around. So what comes first in your life, my brother? Is it music? Is it media? What comes first?
Well, the very first
it's all intertwined.
The very first thing that comes first is my family. I'm a family man, so. That's really to my heart, But right now it's media. I've been doing media for 23 years. I didn't know I was going to move into this arena because I made glasses for a living. That's what I went to school for as an optician. I got out the military and I went to school to learn how to make eyeglasses, and I did that for a very, very long time.
Wow.
Yeah, so, but I was always dabbling around with being on the radio, and had an opportunity here at a local station in Aiken, South Carolina to intern, and man, and the rest is history, man. We've been doing radio all that time, and so I love radio. I grew up in New York City listening to some greats on radio, and it always stayed with me. Say, I would love to be on the radio. Didn't know I was going to do that. God just gave me an amazing opportunity. So, but music is my passion. Whether I'm playing it on the radio or I'm playing it physically, music is my passion. I love music. It's what drives me. It's what motivates me. Man, I don't know where I would be without music, man.
Before we go, we're gonna touch a lot on music because we want to talk about your new release music single. But I want you to tell the listeners, because there are a lot of listeners right now, which stations, how many stations, and where can they find you because you are a syndicated show. You got a syndicated show. Yeah, I've listened to you while I was driving across Connecticut.
Oh,
I
wow.
said, oh, I said, I know him. I know him personally. You know, sometimes you hear people from the radio, never met them, you just know them, and then I was so excited. So, how many stations you are on, and maybe give us so that people who are listening can check you in. I know you are at Africa USA Radio as well.
Yes, Africa. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be able to be on your station, and I don't say that just to say it. I really mean that. To be able to have my show and these artists from America to be playing in Africa, and just sharing the gospel, I'm excited about that. But we are on currently 53 stations, internet and terrestrial stations, and we are in markets such as Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Louisiana, North Carolina, several here in my home state of South Carolina. We're on in Antigua, of course, Africa, England, 2 stations in England, in the UK. So, man, it's just an honor to be able to have these stations play the show. And we're in negotiations for another station in Macon, Georgia. Hopefully that will happen. You can follow me on my website, thenewartistprofile.online. And it'll tell you all about the New Artist Profile, how many stations I'm on, and we'll have links also that you can listen to past episodes of the New Artist Profile.
You can tell he's not used to be on the other side of the mic. He always on the show. And when he's on the show, man, you won't turn it off. You won't turn it off because and when the hour is over, you'll be like, man, I wish you can come back on. It's good, my brother. God is blessing you. So let's switch back to your music, and then you also have music you play it, and but no, let me go back again. Do the artists that you support, that you play their music, do they support you back? Do they appreciate your work? Because there's a lot of artists that we didn't know until we heard it from your show.
You know, that's a good question, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Some do, some don't. You know, a lot of artists, they do show love and support, but some don't, and I don't know why. I'm not, gonna bash anybody. What I always do is my company, CSC Media Group, with the artists that I represent, because we help artists get on the radio as well. I always try to let them know to pay their respects to the stations that play their music, because no station is obligated to play anybody's song.
Yes.
It's a privilege to somebody say, oh, we like that song enough to add it to our rotation. So I always encourage my artists, look, if you see somebody playing your music, inbox them, share the post, like the post, tell them, I thank you. I encourage them all to do radio drops so that we can send them on to the station. I don't always get them all done, but I try to do as many as I can, because like I said, it's independent artists are always, complaining that they don't have an opportunity to have their music heard. But then when they do get their music heard, they don't do what they need to do to show the respect that, hey, you guys took a chance on me. So but I don't let that stop me, because I believe that if music is good and the message is solid and the message can be shared, I'm going to share the message regardless about the artist, what they do or don't do, because at the end of the day, it's about the message and somebody's life being changed.
Wow. The next question was going to be, how can we improve the relationship between the radio station, the radio hosts, and the artists themselves? How can we improve that?
I think it's just being intentional on knowing who the station owners and the show hosts are, and just developing the relationship. I wrote a book last year called Lyrics to Limelight, A Guide to Success in the Gospel Music Industry, and I have a whole chapter dedicated to developing solid relationships. A lot of what we do in life, not just in the music industry, but in life, we get connected because of relationships. Sometimes relationships are stronger than money. That's passed back and forth. If you have a good relationship with people, sometimes they'll think about you. They'll look out for you. They'll give you an opportunity. And so I try to tell, look, if you see somebody playing your song, if you see Quebec on Africa USA Radio playing your music and you see the tweet or whatever, inbox them. Hey, I know you don't know me. I heard my song on your station. Thank you so much. Is there anything you need from me? You know, wow. And that's how you develop a relationship that's long lasting and can really support you in a big way. So that's what I really encourage everybody to do. And I'm learning to do it myself because I know people don't believe this, but I'm kind of an introvert person. I'm an extrovert when I'm totally dealing on the radio, but when I'm down, I'm just kind of, you know, I'm an introvert, but I push myself to step out of my comfort zone to develop relationships and come to people and talk to them and strike up conversations. And the more I do it, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it.
And well, it's between us, me and you. I'm gonna be seeing you. Are you going to Atlanta in end of the month?
That's my plan. Yes, that's my plan. Yes,
that's my plan too. I'll be seeing you there in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but anyway, there's always a problem. I don't know between, and we need each other. The radio station and the artists, and the promoters and the artists. I don't know. We have to have some kind of way where we can hold hands and work together. But anyway, moving on, you said you've been on the radio for 20 years. There are people who are trying to come in and be presenters and be announcers. When you wake up in the morning, you know that you've got a show to do that day. What do you do? What's the preparation? What's your mindset? Help us so that we can help the upcoming presenters and announcers.
Well, first, let me say this. It's funny that you say that, and I may make some people upset, but it is what it is. I don't believe everybody needs to be on the radio.
Wow.
Honestly. I think a lot of times people look at what seems to be the glamour and say, hey, I want to do that. But then when you realize all that you have to do, and you know, all that you have to do to prepare a show, to prepare a station, to program a show, to program a station, this is what I do 7 days a week. I program a local R&B station here in Augusta, Georgia. I'm on the air 3 days a week there. I program the new artist profile for multiple stations. I program 3 radio stations. This is what I do. No, 4 radio stations. This is what I do. So when I wake up, I'm always thinking about listening to music. I'm always listening to music. What songs impact me that I can share to hopefully impact somebody else. And then I'm also always trying to figure out new ways to make my show appealing, because sometimes you do the same thing over and over, it become monotonous and people are like, oh, I don't want to hear that. So I try to do new segments, new bits inside the show. I'm always thinking. I listen to other radio personalities, whether it be secular or gospel, and I pull a lot from what they do, some catchphrases they may say, or some bits they may do, or a song they may play, you know, or some jokes they may tell, all this stuff to try to make my show that much more appealing. Because what radio personalities need to understand is the reason why your show is on their station is not solely because of the good music that you play. It's about how the personality behind the mic can sell the show to the audience. So if you're boring on the microphone, if you're not funny, if you don't let your personality come through, if you have that type of personality, nobody's gonna want to listen to you, you know? So you have to really think about, that's why I said everybody's not supposed to be on radio. This has to be something that's in you. And I can say that this is in me because I grew up in New York listening to some of the greats in radio. Frankie Crocker, WBLS back in the 70s. You know, he was a big influence on my life just by how he painted the picture of these artists that he would play. And of course, we couldn't see them. All we could do is hear them. All we could do is hear these artists, but he would paint such an amazing picture of the songs that he played till you wanted to listen and then go to the store and buy the album. And so that's what I try to do on the radio. I try to paint a picture that is so appealing to the listener that they would want to stay locked into the station that I'm on, and then give an opportunity to stream and download these artists' music.
I'm trying to be careful because my mentors are watching over there, and I can I can tell Mr. G, I call him Mr. G, Georgie is watching, and so I need to be careful what I'm doing and what I'm saying, because I'm gonna get a mouthful. And your buddy from New Jersey is watching also. Hey, how you doing, Miss Alicia?
Queen Alicia
Jones.
What's going on? Yes, my friend, different.
And I'm glad you said not everybody's supposed to be on the radio. I mean, with me and Georgie, we've selected a lot of people and tried to train them to be on the radio. Oh man, if it's not in you, you're not gonna catch it. You're not gonna be doing it. So there's a lot of people, they ended up filling off the side tracks because it's just not in them.
Yeah,
the glamour, the fame, the money they think is there. It might be there, it might not be there, but it might not be for you.
Let me tell you, if you think you're going to get into this industry to make a lot of money, you need to just back out right now.
keep your day job.
Keep your day job, right? Because it can be lucrative at times, and then there's times, just like everything else, you're going to have your times of leanness. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to say that I do it because I love doing it. I used to DJ for years. I DJed when I started out DJing at like 17. My dad used to take me to different local places in New York to DJ. And then when I got in the military, on my weekend, I had a job DJing at a club. So I used to DJ all the time. So I came down to South Carolina and I found a local club to DJ in. But when I got saved, I left the club and I ended up being a DJ on the radio. So I've been used to talking and collaborating and trying to hype up the crowd, but now I just do it with gospel music.
Two questions. When I know you receive tons and tons of music, artists trying to get them to play, what is your criteria? What do you decide? This I'm gonna play this now, I'm gonna play this later, this one is not up to the standard. How do you decide? What is your criteria? I'm trying to help the artist, because the next question is gonna be, you've got an ear of music, you're a musician, you grew up in music, you know what appealing. Sometimes the artists, they'll drop something that is not appealing and they'll be mad at you if you say, now try to do this and that and that. Help us out there.
So that's a twofold question, man. That's a great question. So I try to make sure that the songs are produced well, good song quality. Mm-hmm. You can, lyrical content. You have to be talking about something solid. Whether doesn't have to be a quote unquote gospel song. It could be a great message song, but you have to have good lyrics. You have to be able to sing. There's a lot of people that think they can sing, but they can't sing. And then when you tell them that they need to, I try to be nice. I said, you might want to try to hire a vocal coach. Wow, I sound good. Well, I want us to know you can.
No, you don't.
And we have to understand, I teach radio to artists, not just being an artist. Mm-hmm. Radio stations play music that will keep listeners on the station, so that if those stations have advertisers, when it's time to play the commercials, those same people that were listening to the music will listen to the commercials, so that those advertisers will have people go to their business. That's what radio is about. Radio could care less about the music, because the music doesn't really make the radio stations money. It's the advertising that makes the radio stations money, whether it's terrestrial, FM or AM, whether it's internet. It's the advertising that help us pay the bills. It's what help Africa USA Radio stay on the air, pay the streaming, pay the internet, pay the pros. It's what helps my company. So they don't care about so much about the artist's music, but they do care if the music is good, because if it's bad, then people are going to turn to the next station, because there's too many choices for people to find their music. And with the streaming element now being so heavy, with satellite XM radio being so strong and prevalent, you got too many choices. So you gotta fill your programming and your station with solid music. So if you got somebody that sounds like that's not gonna make it.
That's not gonna make it.
Don't
and
not look. I had people tell me about my own music. They told me, man, I kind of like that, but not really feeling it for my station right now. I can't be so married to my song and get offended and be like, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, because at the end of the day, that station has to do what's right for their particular station. I submitted my show to a station recently, and they said, well, Tony, it's okay, but not the direction I want to go in. Okay, I'm not mad. I'll see this individual at award shows, and I'll still speak to them. That was their choice. But
that was your choice.
You have to put your best foot forward. And a lot of times, artists think just because they can sing in church and just because they've been singing in their house all their life that they can take that and transition it over to being an artist, and that's not the truth. It's not the truth.
And not only that, we not make money with their music, we also pay royalties to play their music.
Yeah.
So they need to be very, very appreciative for what we do for them.
We have to pay money to the pros to be able to play your music.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. With that being said, the artists won't support the stations when we have fundraising events and things like that. They won't support. They won't buy advertising. I said, I tell my artists, especially independent artists, buy commercial time on some stations. You may not have an opportunity to have your music played, but if you buy a commercial with your music in it, then people will hear your music, and if they like it, they'll go buy it. It don't have to always be the airplay. We have to think strategically when we come into this industry, especially as an independent artist. They think, if my song ain't playing, nobody's gonna know about me. One of my mentors told me one time that a song on the radio is just like a commercial for your song. It's a 3-minute or 4-minute commercial, right? Because that is if it's good, it's going to entice people to hopefully buy it. Now, people aren't buying music like they used to because streaming has really messed up the situation. They won't go download and spend 99 cents to $1.99 or $9.99 for a project single. They'll just rather stream it over and over. But still, playing your song on the radio is just like a commercial for your song. But if you buy advertising on that station, if you can afford to do so, then that's going to develop a relationship with that station because you're sewing into their daily expenses of the station, and then you're sharing your music with the nation, with the listening audience in that market.
Thank you for sharing the Glee Boo. I don't know. Thank you for watching and thank you for sharing. Do you have? This is maybe an irrelevant question. Do you have an opinion on what? Did you see what Dedrick Harden said about the BET Award?
I did. I saw it. I have a lot of. I'm not gonna say I have one stance on it. I heard what he said, and I agree with some of the stuff he said. I will say that the gospel music industry, the gospel music business industry, not the gospel now, but the music business industry is in a little gospel side is in a little trouble.
Is in trouble.
And the reason why I say this is because when I say this, I definitely do not have anything against any of the national artists that we've played for years. I don't. I have their music CDs, because I still got that big bag of, the big thing of CDs, about 500-600 CDs. I still have
that.
I have a lot of their music on my computer. So I'm not taking away from their gifting, their talent, and their foundation and what they've done in the gospel music industry for years. I love all of them. I've met several of them like you have too. But one of the issues I have is that they do not allow room for growth for new artists. Now I understand that they got to eat too. I understand that Those artists got to pay the light bill. They got to pay the car payments, even though their car payments a little bit more than mine.
Yeah.
You know, I understand everybody got to eat, but there's also all great other artists that are good that can share the message just as good as you can, or maybe better, right? I gave an analogy about church. Every pastor preaches to their Sunday morning worshipers 9 times out of 10. The majority of the year, but in some churches, what do they have? They have revival. And what they do, they bring in different voices with different deliveries, still speaking the same word,
same word,
but a different delivery to revive the audience, right?
Different anointing.
There you go. So why is it that we are forced to hear the same voices over and over, and those are what's quote unquote said to be the spiritual singing leaders of this genre, when you have so many others that can do the same thing and never get an opportunity because of bureaucracy and because of the gatekeepers? They are gatekeepers in this.
They are gatekeepers.
I faced them. And I'm not afraid to say it. If they cancel me, then it is what it is. So, you know, I'm tired. I'm tired of. I had for artists that I was representing. I had them ask me. I said I wanted to try to get a radio interview. We're going on a radio tour, and I sent them the song, and they said, "Well, we don't know her." And I said, "That's what you're here for."
That's what you're here for.
You're here to help us break these new people. That's what I do. That's what, as I alluded to back in New York, Frankie Crocker back in the 70s and 80s. I heard about new music from Earth, Wind, and Fire because Frankie Crocker broke it. I heard about new music from Sheep, Freak Out, because Frankie Crocker broke it. I heard about Sucker MCs from Run DMC because Frankie Crocker played it for the first time.
Wow.
So we should be able to play these artists' music and introduce them, along with continuing to undergird and uplift the national artists that we already know. You know, I mean, so I think I can't. I don't listen to Glorilla, this young lady. I don't listen to that type of music. But you know, there's nothing. The collaboration. See, there's gospel music, the ministry, and gospel music, the business.
Yes.
Glorilla and Kirk Franklin made a business decision. It's just the genre of music that they chose to make the business decision in is what's making such an uproar with people. But when you see people collaborating on the secular side or the jazz side, it's fine. I feel, and again, I love the Lord. I'm saved. If somebody was to tell me to deny Jesus, I'm not going to deny him. I'll have to die.
No.
Well, let me say that. But there's also, you got to understand the business of an industry and the purpose of the industry sometimes are separate. In my opinion, this is my opinion, you know.
Africa USA Radio tries to promote international music. We try to bring American music to Africans, try to bring Africans to America, so that we all know and we always accepted that Americans have got the greatest facilities for music, the talent. So their music is always going to be a little bit higher and a higher par. But I believe that we also got great talents in Africa. How can we work together and introduce each other to each other and play together and collaborate and work? What in your mind? What do you think? What can we do? We brought a lot of artists from South Africa, and most of the Americans we don't know them. So what do you think it can be? How can we break it? Like you say, we can break them up as well.
I think you just have to find a few that will. And I'm one of them. I know Queen Alicia is another one. You have to find a few that will. I have played some music from. I haven't played any music from you. I don't know if you sent me any, and if you did, and I didn't, I forgive me because I get so much music. But I've played a lot of songs from Shaggy Taj. He sent me a lot of music.
I know him.
That I've played great music. And I also helped one of his artists chart on at the time it was BDS. So yeah, just you have to find those platforms that will support, because some will clearly turn you down, like they won't even acknowledge, and that's fine. But there's a remnant out there that will support, and like I said, I'm one that's willing to support South Africa artists, England artists, Jamaican artists. You know, as long as it's good.
As long as it's good.
Because see, I'm not trying to just hype up New York, but when you come from I believe you've been in that area.
Yeah.
Come from I was raised in a melting pot of different cultures. I heard a lot of different. I heard reggae. I heard Haitian music. I heard regular black gospel. I heard rock. I heard it all. And then when I got into the military, you really are forced to hear a wide variety of music. You know what I'm saying? So I've developed an appreciation for it all. So yeah, I would love to. So once again, hit my website. All my information is on the website, Tony, the New Artist Profile.online, and share the music, man. Hit me up on my inbox. Now, don't put your whole music catalog in my inbox.
One song at a time.
Yeah, but just hit me up. Say, hey, Tony, I would like to have you review music, and yeah, we can take it from there.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Keep sharing, because now we're going to enter into some very important topic about Tony D. We are having Tony D here at Dallas A. Fraser. We are going to switch on to his music now. You just got music out, Tony. Tell us more about that.
Man, I'm so excited about my music. And I'm for so long, people have told me, Tony, you really need to, your music is good, you really need to push it out. Timberland Atkins, who worked with me for years, and she's co-owner of C Stage Radio with me, she used to encourage me, and I was like, you know, and a lot of my friends here was like, yo, my middle name is Anthony. Be like, yo, Ant, man, your music is good, man, you should get out there. And I'm like, you know. But I have to say, Queen Alicia, she's one that, she was like, Tony, I'm not taking no for an answer. You're going to put your music out. We're going to build your website. We're going to build your social media. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. She's really put me in a situation where I have to acknowledge that the music is good. To be honest with you, because I never went to production school, and I'm not saying that my production is the best. I know there's a lot of things I need to learn. I have some great industry friends who train and teach me a lot. But I wanted to go to music school when I got out the military, but I ended up going a different direction. And but that always was in me, and so I just began to, with the equipment I had, began to develop instrumental tracks that I would use on my radio show. You know, when I realized Facebook was blocking me because I was using well-known instrumental tracks to talk over, then I would take my own track to talk over. And then, you know, I shared those tracks with people and they liked them. And so I created my first project in 2016 called Music From My Heart. There's a couple of songs on there I really like. Some of the production was kind of iffy, and I understand that radio stations may not play it because I go back and listen to it. I'm like, ooh, you know, but now I continue to develop my craft. I love jazz music. I love jazz guitarists, bassists. I love instrumentation, orchestration. I love all that. Earth, Wind, and Fire is my favorite group of all time. I love their music, how they created the music. Walter Hawkins on the gospel side was an innovator, you know, of a choir and that sound and that instrumentation. So I take a lot of my a lot of the things I grew up listening to create the music. So I'm excited about the single now that I have coming out. A dear friend of mine, Damian Merle of Divinity Music Studios, he toured and sang with Donald Lawrence and Tri-City Singers for many years. I believe they still do stuff together. He was trained up under Donald Lawrence, and he has his own group and stuff. So we met in a chance meeting when he was promoting his own music years ago when I was at a local station here in Augusta. And since that day, I would have to say 2000, I don't know, 18, we've been like brothers, like we're literal brothers. Like there's nothing that he can't ask me for that I won't try to give, and vice versa. So I asked him, I said, man, I would like your help on producing this song or some of my music. And he did. The very first song that he produced was entitled Love Song that I had, and he recreated my original track. I sent him the demo track and he recreated, and then I went and played bass on it, and I had amazing singer Monique Holmes from his group sing on it. Song did really well, and then I said, well, let's do it again with Party Tonight. I had this track that I was using on my radio show for years to talk over. And I sent him the track, and he said, Tony, I like the track. You know, he said, but is there some things I want to do to it? I hear. See, there's another thing. I couldn't be so married to that track to where I couldn't allow him to use his ear of years of experience to make it better. Right? So artists, if somebody say, you know what, let me try to do this to that, don't get offended.
Don't get offended.
Right? Don't get offended. So he took the track, and when I tell you, he sent it back to me about 2 weeks later, and Quebec, bro, I was blown away.
Wow.
He took elements of what I had, some of my riffs, everything is in there, but he just built it and fattened it up. And then his guitarist, Kevin Cheek, who is a phenomenal guitar player, but doesn't get the respect I feel he's due. He played lead guitar on it. And then I sent it to my dear friend Sam Purpose in North Carolina, who is a conscious Christian rapper, awesome rapper, and man, Quebec, bro, like this track is something special.
Wow.
When I came up with the track Party Tonight, because people were like, the church would be like, party,
Party tonight.
But I love the song Summertime by Will Smith. I think everybody loves that song.
Everybody loves that song.
It's offensive, it's fun, because it doesn't matter what culture, what country, whatever, we all come together as family, and we reune in our own way. I know in New York we had block parties where they would block off the block, You probably did it in your own way in Africa. Everybody, but we came together and we had fun as a family. Will Smith gave us his interpretation in West Philadelphia, what they used to do when they came together. So I wanted to give my interpretation of everybody, what we come together and we party tonight, right? Party doesn't always have to mean negative connotations, right? No. You don't have to have the red cups with some liquor in there to party. You can have some red cups in there with some apple cider.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And good music.
It's good, clean music that Christian, non-Christian, everybody can play and
enjoy.
And with the boots on the ground epidemic, and I mean that in a good way, because I know 803 Fresh, she's from South Carolina. I said I want to come up with a line dance. Wow. So I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but this was God ordained, because I put a post on Facebook about somebody in the Augusta area can help me with a line dance. Well, a gentleman hit me up and said, well, do they have to be from your area? And I said, not particularly. So he was like, he said, I would like to give it a try. And I said, well, I'm going to be in North Carolina at the end of May recording this. He said, what part? I said, Wilmington. He said, do you know Damian Merle? I said, yeah, he's producing the track. He said, I used to sing with him for years.
Wow.
So I got off the inbox and I called Damian just to make sure this guy was legit, And he said, yeah, Tony, yeah, he was part of my group, man. That's a good guy. Then he said he has a line dance school.
Wow.
Now tell me, like, that was ordained. So
God put it together.
God put it together. I sent him the track. I felt comfortable sending him the track. Then after Damian gave his approval, a couple of weeks later, he sent me a video of the line dance so I could try to learn, even though I can't dance. And man, it just was amazing. And we went down, filmed it. His whole team came out. Roller skaters came out. Man, I'm telling you, the video is going to be so much fun. The song is so hot. And my goddaughter who works for Christian Sounds Media Group, Mia, goes by Dimple Juice. She's an amazing social media influencer on YouTube. She's creating a lyric video that's going to be on fire. So, man, I'm really excited. Queen Alicia told me when we were talking about promotion. She said, Tony, you don't really get excited about too much. And I'm kind of a mellow kind of guy, you know, but I'm really getting excited about this.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. If the people support it, right? And that's the thing. People, you know, are fickle on what they support, but nonetheless, I'm still putting out good music.
Putting out
for whoever chooses to support. It's not a gospel song, so it may not be played on gospel stations, but it's a clean, wholesome song, and there's elements of right living in the lyrics that Sam Purpose sings and raps. So I think people will like it.
Will like it. So when are you dropping?
June 20th, next Friday is when it's dropping.
You're gonna drop the sound first and then the video all together.
Well, I would like, hopefully, if the video is completed, I may drop it all together. But my game plan was to drop the single one Friday, the following Friday drop the either lyric video or the music video, you know, and then the following Friday. So I wanted each Friday drop something, you know.
You know music, you do music, so I believe, I trust. I'm hardly waiting for it. You're gonna put it on all digital platforms so that people can stream it and get it. And
yes. Queen Alicia has directed me. That's what I need to do. So
that's what you need to do.
Please, on streaming platforms.
Please don't bootleg it. Just stream it and buy it and support my brother and support my friend Tony D. And we can't wait. We can't wait for that piece of music. And I believe you. I know that you're gonna do a great job. You've done a great job, and it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be great.
I do have real quick. I do have a project that I released that's on exclusive to our fans and followers on Bandcamp. There's a platform called bandcamp.com. TonyD2.bandcamp.com. And I just released this an EP called Just For You, instrumental tracks. And one of the tracks I'm excited because me and my son collaborated on it.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I would love for guys to go to Bandcamp. If you can't remember how to get to me, just go to Bandcamp, BANDCAMP.com. In the search engine, type Tony D. I'll pop up at first, and you'll see that pre-orders for it. It's going to release on Monday, but we're accepting pre-orders now for Just For You. It's 8 songs, jazz, funk, mellow. You know, I got a little something for every mood, you know.
All those who are watching, we're gonna redo this video and we're gonna put all this information. We're gonna write it down, and so that you can see if you want to take it up, you can take it up, because we do want you to follow this guy. We do want you to follow his music, and we do want to follow his radio show, syndicated radio show that is exciting and inspiring and make us feel the music. And we thank you so much, Tony. Say all your social media handles, and so that people, they can follow you, so that people, they can get in touch with you with their music, especially the artists.
Yes. You can reach out to the New Artist Profile, as I said, the New Artist Profile .online, the New Artist Profile .online. You can follow me on social media, on my Facebook, Dallas A. Frazier. That's my government name. Or you can follow my artist page as The Music of Tony D. You can follow me on Instagram, Tony D NAP, for the New Artist Profile. You can follow my company, Christian Sounds Entertainment, on Instagram. We're building the Tony D website as well as the Christian Sounds Media website, so you can that'll be coming. And then again, I have all of my exclusive music, the music that is also released on streaming platforms, but I have music on that's exclusive to my fans on Bandcamp.com. Just type in Tony D and you'll be able to see that. Or I believe it's TonyD2.bandcamp.com, and all the music is there. We have, if you love jazz instrumental music, you know, music to set the tone, you know, kind of relax you after a long day at work, or whatever, or my project, my album Love Songs. If you want to have a project that is good for your significant other that you can enjoy while you're having your time together, you can check that out as well. So, yeah, those are how you can reach me.
Multi-award winning radio presenter, radio announcer, Tony D. We appreciate it. We love you, man. We are going to be seeing you very soon. And we thank you for stopping by at Africa USA Radio. Don't be a stranger now. We want you to be here every now and then to tell us about the new. Tell us the name of the song again.
It's called Party Tonight.
Party Tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be dropping on next Friday on all digital platforms. If you go to my pages, you'll see I've been saturating social media with it. Party Tonight, featuring Sam Purpose. Party
Tonight with Tony D. We thank you so much, my brother. God bless you. We love you. We'll be in touch.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
This is Reverend Q at Africa USA Radio Drive Home Show. We thank you so much for watching. We thank you so much for listening. And keep on listening and keep on supporting us. Keep on following us at Africa USA Unity Events, Radio and TV on Facebook. Africa USA Unity Events on Instagram, at Africa USA Unity Events on TikTok, Africa USA Unity Events on YouTube. While you're on YouTube, please subscribe so that we can grow our channel, and we're going to be a blessing to you as you are a blessing to us. Thank you all for those that are watching and sharing. God bless you. We're always going to update you who are going to be having every now and then, and we're going to be playing a lot of these interviews next week from Monday through Friday at africausaradio.com if you want to listen on the radio, and we're going to be playing it on YouTube on Africa USA Unity Events YouTube, and Africa USA Radio, Africa USA Unity Events Radio and TV on Facebook. We love you. Take care. God bless.